take the deal. This scene is symbolic of the whole season. Everything we learned in Born Again these last 2 seasons from Matt, he offered the man grace. And Fisk accepts the grace. To the point it ends the show with Fisk on a beach, free, on a beautiful island, sad. While Daredevil, Matt, is in a cell with a smile on his face. Free. It's like a symbolic gesture of you can be on the most beautiful places surrounded by people and be miserable. Or you can be in a cell by yourself, locked away alone, and be happy as long as you're happy with yourself. That symbolism is amazing. This scene when he came down the stairs was incredible to me. Listen, my man put hands and feet on anything that existed, man, woman, possibly children. If you was in front of him, he was going to take you down. My man told the people when he got to the top of the steps, I fought for you, and then proceeded to fight them, which is also symbolic of the season. He literally said, I fought for you, and then proceeded to fight them. The whole semblance of I know better than you was good for you, even though it's purely out of greed, because who would fight the people you're fighting for because you're upset that they didn't accept you? As we found out, Matt said he loved the city, but that's here and there. But I am your boy Azell May, and this is Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 8, the finale, the review. I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's get into this full review. Listen, I love this episode. Let me know if y'all like this episode. Did y'all enjoy this? I thoroughly did enjoy this episode. I thought it was really good. I thought it was well made. The whole Muse part, I understand it now. Everything that happened. Getting Heather's Muse at the end, showing you how it can break people. How the mental psyche of a person can easily be broken, but you can also learn how to forgive. Everything they put in this season, from Bullseye, the redemption story with Mr. Robinson now, because he's not Mr. Charles, which, by the way, I think he's going to be big in the mutant saga with Bullseye now. And he replaces Luke Cage, who is now back. And shout out to that, by the way. We saw Luke Cage showed some. We thought he spoiled season 3, but maybe he spoiled the finale of season 2 instead. Because we don't know what season 3 is going to be yet. Because he was in that same outfit, I believe. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm very hopeful for that. But, like I said, the action scenes, everything. And I get if you didn't like this season. I get if you didn't like it because it didn't have a lot of Daredevil in it. He had more Matt and Matt connections to people and how it impacted people and the vigilantism and the people in general and how Fisk was controlling over the people, but he was freeing to the people. And he wasn't even Daredevil most of the season. It's just the impact that Daredevil had the entire season that made when he was in the courtroom seem so much bigger. He was so much bigger when he was in the courtroom because when he says, I am Daredevil, which I saw people complaining that Daredevil would never, he did do that, by the way, in the comic book. He did say, I am Daredevil. People like, oh, Matt would never do Iron Man. If it's to save the people in the city, he would say, I am Daredevil. He will smile as he's in a prison cell for being Daredevil if it meant saving the city, which he did. A lot of comics didn't have him have to do that, but it's a certain comic that did. I can't remember the year it was, but it is a certain comic that did have him do that. So it's all symbolism. Matt Murdock was the main character. Daredevil was the representation throughout this season. And this last episode hit that home to me. From even when Howard was trying to told him and the other cop stopped him. Like, whose side on you? Are you soft now? He knocked him out and let the people in. It's like an expression of freedom that I enjoyed throughout this season. I enjoyed the idea of freedom. It might not have been the most action-packed. It might not have been as gory as Netflix's, even though they had moments when the first season had moments of it, and this season had some moments of it, but it wasn't as gory and all that. But it told a great story, and it all made sense at the end. The fight for power, the control. I had all the power in the world, I had all the control. Everything was going my way, but I wasn't happy. I could never be filled. I always had to get my way. And it ultimately ruined me. Even though I'm free on the beach, this man who has been on the run, he told Karen at the end of the episode, I don't know if I like this. I'm not used to this. Being normal is crazy right before he got arrested. being normal feels weird. We're messed up people. This is not our norm. Our norm is like running from the police and getting chased by Kingpin or villains and ending. Instead, I got arrested by regular police officers who took me in and read my rights. The reason he knows is because he's a lawyer. He used to be a lawyer. All this was a great setup to Matt Murdock's character. This could be called Matt Murdock Born Again season 2 because the focus was on him. Daredevil as a overarching representation of everything this season. I absolutely enjoyed this. I enjoyed so many things about it. Like, again, when my boy punched Howard, I got so hyped. And Howard, it seems like one of them racist police types, something like that. Except for in this story, he's not like racist to them. He's racist like vigilantes. He did have that cool scene. Just imagine a blind vigilante lawyer that can fight. It was fun. We see the episode ends with Heather donning the Muse mask. So Muse lives forever, which I like the idea because if you know in the comic, Muse is immortal, right? He made a deal with Mephisto and a bunch of stuff, and he's immortal now. I think it was Mephisto. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. He's immortal. I like the idea of him being immortal, but through each person he connects with. So if she passes away in the next season, let's say Heather passes away doing the Muse thing, and then it attaches to somebody else. Like this Muse is always there and he cannot pass. But instead of doing it like he's immortal or she's immortal, you do it through person to person. I like that idea. I like that concept. And I hope they're going with that because it wouldn't make sense otherwise. They made it more of a realistic approach to the Muse character. I would appreciate that. One other thing I liked in this episode, the trial. The judge stood up to him. We had Jessica Jones with the governor who she brung Jessica Jones to make sure nobody knew her. Bullseye ended the attempt on Matt's life that they was going to take because apparently Kingpin just does whatever without thought now since Vanessa's gone. I also like As a Boy story we got. I love As a Boy story. As a boy, and he told the whole story. They kind of skipped over it. I wish they would have gave us a little bit of it. But he like, great story. I don't know if he was campaigning or what. And the whole case leading up to it about vigilantism, about the wrongdoing, about you know who was there. And then the reveal that I'm Daredevil and then showing it with the cane and catching it, throwing it off the wall, it was peak storytelling. Because the whole 2 seasons of Born Again led up to that moment. The freeing feeling of being a vigilante, the whole vigilante hiding under a mask, Heather telling stories of the mask in her book, telling about how the mask is the real person, but the hidden person is the person with the hot girlfriend. Matt has had multiple hot women. And all the acts and pretending that's the mask, but the real mask who you is. So him accepting that and accepting that he is Daredevil, it's iconic. It's like a bunch of iconic thought processes on this show that I thoroughly enjoyed. We had another thing I love. Fisk threatening Matt through a whisper because he know he can hear him and actually getting that representation of that power because unlike the first movie, this movie doesn't show his representation of power well. Even a Netflix show didn't, but the one moments we do have is the whispers and his hearing. Because in the movie, he had the little vision to see, and we see how his abilities work and how his loss of sight can affect his other abilities. But this one, we hear the sound, and then like the sound wave hit his ear, threatens him like, I can ruin you right now. So I like that. I actually love that. I do have a question for y'all, though, before we get out of here. How do y'all feel about Luke Cage coming back? I'm thinking we can get the For Hire series, which would be cool. We still get the Punisher next week, so I still got a show. My last show on Tuesdays, besides the sports show. So I do get that, so I'm looking forward to the Punisher episode. But we got Luke Cage. We might get the For Hire season, which I would love. We bring Iron Fist back. How do y'all feel about that Iron Fist? Should we bring him back? Or was it just the writing in that show that wasn't good? Let me know in the comments. We also, Spider-Man potential trailer come out for Spider-Man where Daredevil is revealed, possibly. What y'all think about that? Do we get that? There's rumors that the Spider-Man series come out. Back to the show. We see BB get her uncle stuff, and then she see Blake, who, rest in peace, my guy, you were the MVP of the season. You held it down for a lot of it. You and Fisk did y'all job this season. Fisk was the main character of this season to me, besides like the story of Daredevil and Matt. But Fisk himself was the main character. But shout out to everybody in this show, man. And what do y'all think? Who y'all think Mr. Robertson is? I see people say Henry Geich. Mutants are coming soon. So him being that and having his own group of superhero people as part of Val's team would be incredible. I would like that. And they chase mutants around because we already know there's a mutant task force, but she wants a team now. She always has this team that she doesn't control. I'm pretty sure she wants a real team, and if they don't abide by her, she might not like them. Henry Geich becoming maybe a governor and taking old girl place would be something. But let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about the representation of forgiveness and grace given and being happy with yourself, even in a cell, versus a person who's miserable, who lost it all, that's sitting on the beach free? I love it. Like and subscribe, that notification bell. I appreciate y'all. If you got a hype, send the hype to me too. Don't forget to get in the comments over on 99media.org, which I think will be at the bottom in the description. So click that. You can see all the different shows and channels we have. I appreciate y'all. See y'all next week for my guy, Frank. Frank is back, Punisher. The one shot. And then after that, we got Spider-Man in a few weeks. But if you like other shows like Euphoria, I do that every Sunday. If you like The Boys, I do it on Wednesdays. So be there for that. We got some other shows coming that I'm going to watch. And list some shows you want me to review too. If you enjoy this review, list some shows for me. Peace.